handbag says a lot, even when you don't. It walks into the room before you do. It sits beside you in every conversation. It holds more than just what you carry. And sometimes, without meaning to, it tells a story that's a few years out of date. This isn't about trends or chasing youth. It's about how a few quiet changes can lift the way you look and the way you feel without buying an entirely new life. Today, we'll look at 7 kinds of bags that may be quietly aging your style, and what to carry instead so your presence feels as timeless as you are. Bag number 1, the overstuffed shoulder bag. You know that old faithful bag, the one that's been with you through errands, lunches, and a dozen chapters of your life. It still hangs by the door, heavy with receipts, hand sanitizer, lipsticks you no longer use, and memories you haven't sorted yet. It's comfortable, familiar, dependable, but it's also quietly working against you. An oversized, slouchy shoulder bag doesn't just weigh down your arm, it weighs down your posture, your silhouette, and even your energy. It pulls one shoulder forward, softens your stance, and creates that slightly hunched line that reads fatigue instead of confidence. No matter how refined your outfit is, that sagging strap can undo all your effort. And beyond the physical, there's something deeper. This bag reflects a mindset of just in case. We carry too much things we might need but never do. And somehow, that clutter spills beyond the bag. It shows in the way we move, the way we hold ourselves. After 60, simplicity becomes a luxury. The woman who carries only what she needs radiates a different kind of elegance, calm, deliberate light. The best alternative, a structured mid-sized tote. Clean lines, sturdy handles, a form that holds its shape whether full or empty. Go for soft beige, chestnut, or navy, tones that pair with everything and whisper refinement instead of shouting for attention. A structured tote lifts the entire look. It elongates your figure, corrects your posture, and adds that quiet polish that feels effortless yet intentional. When you carry a bag like this, every item inside has a purpose. There's order, grace, balance, and that balance shows. You stop moving through the day weighed down by what was and start moving with clarity toward what is. Because the truth is, style isn't in what we carry. It's in how lightly we've learned to carry it. Bag number 2, the tiny crossbody that cuts across the bust. At first glance, it feels like the perfect companion, small, light, easy. You throw it over your shoulder, hands-free, ready to go. But have you ever noticed how that narrow strap slices right across your chest? It doesn't just divide your outfit, it divides your silhouette. What looks simple at first can make your frame appear shorter, wider, and less graceful than it truly is. The problem isn't only what you see in the mirror. It's what this kind of bag does to your presence. The thin strap digs into your shoulder, forcing a subtle lean, while the small pouch bulges with everything you've tried to fit inside. It's meant to be carefree, yet it ends up looking forced, like a youthful accessory that forgot to grow up with you. It interrupts the natural flow of your clothing, cutting through blouses, jackets, and dresses that deserve to move freely. Instead of elegance, it creates distraction. There's also a kind of tension in it, a visual tug-of-war between utility and refinement. When the line of a bag crosses your body, it should flatter your movement, not fight it. That's why the better choice is a medium crossbody with an adjustable strap that lets the bag rest at or just below the hip. It follows your natural rhythm, elongating your frame instead of breaking it. Choose soft, structured leather or minimalist canvas in timeless shades, camel, stone, or burgundy. Details matter. A subtle curve, a small gold clasp, a texture that catches light softly without demanding attention. Because a beautiful crossbody should move with you, not against you. It should feel like an extension of your posture, your calm, your quiet self-assurance. When proportion and grace align, even a simple errand turns into a moment of poise. And that's the secret no trend can teach. Elegance isn't about carrying less, it's about carrying it better. Bag number 3, the heavy designer logo bag. Once upon a time, it made you feel powerful, the bold logo, the gleaming metal, the weight of something that said you've made it. You carried it proudly and it turned heads. But somewhere along the way, that same bag started telling a different story. The loud patterns, the oversized buckles, the shiny chains, they don't whisper luxury anymore. They shout it. And that kind of noise doesn't suit a woman who's already sure of her worth. The truth is, after 60, your presence speaks louder than any brand. The heavy designer logo bag doesn't just strain your shoulder, it drags your energy down with it. All that metal, thick leather, and branding weigh more than you realize. It pulls at your posture, stiffens your movement, and replaces ease with effort. What once symbolized status can now read as struggle. And deep down, real sophistication doesn't announce itself. It arrives quietly. There's a kind of freedom that comes when you no longer need your bag to speak for you. When you choose understated luxury, a piece that feels crafted, not advertised, your style takes a different tone. Go for smooth leather, clean stitching, minimal hardware. Ivory, soft top, deep navy, rich espresso, colors that blend, never compete. These are bags that whisper, not boast. They move in harmony with your outfit, not above it. Because after 60, true elegance isn't about proving anything. It's about presence, calm, composed, grounded in self-knowledge. When your bag stops shouting, the world finally gets to hear you. Bag number 4, the fabric tote with patterns or quotes. We've all had one, that cheerful, light fabric tote covered in flowers, stripes, or a witty quote that once made you smile. It's easy, practical, the kind of bag you grab without thinking. But what feels effortless in your 30s can start to look unintentional in your 60s. A soft, sagging fabric tote doesn't just lose its shape, it pulls the rest of your look down with it. Over time, the material fades, the corners curl, and the prints start to feel more cute than chic. Even the most polished outfit, crisp white shirt, jeans, ballet flats, loses its balance when paired with a bag that has no structure. The message it sends isn't youthful, it's unfinished. And for a woman whose confidence has only deepened with time, that kind of casual doesn't do her justice. There's also a hidden cost to convenience. These totes, charming as they seem, are rarely organized. You dig through them endlessly, keys, glasses, receipts, lipstick, everything floating together. The inside feels just like the outside looks, cluttered, but elegance thrives in clarity. The woman who knows where everything is moves differently, lighter, calmer, composed. So trade the soft tote for a refined canvas or leather-trimmed bag. Choose one that holds its shape, even when it's empty. Go for stone, sand, olive, or navy, muted tones that whisper refinement. A touch of leather detail turns the everyday tote into something quietly luxurious, something that looks as put together as you feel. It's still easy to carry, but now it carries your presence too. Because grace isn't about effort, it's about intention. When every piece you choose has purpose, even the simplest errand becomes a portrait of elegance. Bag number 5, the tiny clutch that barely fits a phone. It's lovely, isn't it? That delicate little clutch that once felt like the definition of sophistication. Small, refined, perfectly matched to your evening dress. You probably carried it to weddings, dinners, maybe that concert years ago. It felt right then. But now it's less charming and more inconvenient. The truth is, after 60, elegance isn't about how dainty something looks. It's about how effortlessly it fits into your life. A tiny clutch that barely holds your phone or lipstick forces you to shrink yourself around it, to carry less, move slower, constantly think about where to put it down. You juggle your glass, your bag, your phone, your grace. And that, no matter how pretty the design, doesn't feel elegant. It feels like work. Fashion should never fight your comfort. What once felt refined can suddenly read as stiff, too delicate, too impractical, too disconnected from the confident woman you've become. Because real style at this stage has nothing to prove. It's not about impressing the room, it's about owning it with ease. The alternative is simple and smart, a medium-sized evening clutch or convertible wristlet. One that fits your essentials, phone, glasses, lipstick, and still closes gracefully. Clean lines, structured body, a hint of shine. Maybe a detachable chain that lets you free your hands when you need to. The kind of bag that doesn't need adjusting because it was made for movement. When beauty meets function, the result is confidence. You stop fussing and you start flowing. That's elegance, not in how little you carry, but in how naturally everything you carry belongs to you. Bag number 6, the backpack purse. It promises comfort, hands-free, evenly balanced, easy to carry. On paper, it sounds perfect. But in practice, the backpack purse rarely flatters a woman over 60. Its shape sits high on the back, creating bulk that widens your frame and pulls your posture forward. From behind, it adds volume in all the wrong places, and what once felt casual now looks unpolished. There's also something about its energy. It gives off a schoolgirl or tourist on vacation vibe. Not terrible, but not timeless either. You've outgrown that look, and that's a beautiful thing. Because when your style evolves, your accessories should rise with you. A backpack purse can feel youthful, but not in the graceful way you want to be remembered. It's functional, yes, but rarely refined. And the practicality? It's more illusion than ease. To reach your phone or wallet, you have to twist, remove, unzip, and reassemble. A small choreography that breaks your rhythm. For a woman who values calm confidence, that kind of fuss is the opposite of freedom. The better choice is a convertible backpack tote hybrid. It gives you the comfort of hands-free movement without sacrificing poise. Carried by its top handle, it looks structured and elegant. Worn on your back, it still keeps its clean shape. Choose supple leather in taupe, black, or cognac, minimal hardware. Refined stitching. The kind of bag that feels light, balanced, and composed. When you switch to a piece like this, something subtle changes. You stand taller. You move slower. You look like a woman who's not rushing anywhere because she already knows where she's going. Bag number 7, the old worn-out everyday purse. We all have one, that faithful old bag that's carried us through years of errands, lunches, and little pieces of life. It's softened with time, maybe faded a bit, but it still feels safe. There's a tenderness in it, almost like a friend. And yet that comfort comes with a quiet cost. No matter how loved it is, when a bag begins to sag, peel, or lose its shape, it starts telling a story you didn't mean to share. Because a worn-out purse doesn't just show age, it projects fatigue. The frayed edges, the faded handles, the dull metal, they whisper a message your outfit can't quite cover. I've stopped paying attention. Even the most elegant clothes lose their energy when paired with something that looks tired. A handbag sits close to your body. It moves when you move. People don't notice it directly, but they feel it the same way they feel posture, tone, presence. And this isn't about perfection or luxury. It's about alignment. A woman who has spent decades learning, growing, becoming, she deserves a bag that reflects that evolution. Something that holds its shape with quiet confidence the way she does. The best choice? A structured, medium-sized, everyday bag made from smooth leather or durable vegan material in warm tan, charcoal gray, or soft cream. Details matter. Reinforced handles, subtle metallic touches, clean seams that hold. It's not about replacing the past. It's about honoring what it taught you and choosing to move forward lighter, renewed, because replacing a tired bag isn't vanity, it's self-respect. It's saying, I still care how I show up in the world. After 60, your style isn't about what's trending, it's about what's true. The right bag won't just carry your essentials. It'll carry your story, one that says, I'm not slowing down. I'm simply evolving beautifully. Isn't a list of rules. It's rhythm. It's the pause before you choose, the way you fold a sleeve, the care you give to small things no one else notices. Every piece you keep, every piece you let go of, shapes how the world reads you and how you read yourself. You don't need more. You just need what matters to stay close and what doesn't to quietly fall away. If this world feels like yours, calm, refined, steady, you'll find me here each week at Healthy Aging Grace, where we talk about the kind of beauty that doesn't fade, the one that grows with you.